back to the funeral. So you hadn't seen your mom's body since the accident. Your uncles had,
Yes.
but you didn't go along.
Well, no one told me. Yeah.
Okay.
I had no choice but not to go, yeah.
Okay. Which you regret not going.
Definitely. I regret them not telling me because had they told me, I would have wanted to go. And I understand that it would have been traumatizing for a 12-year-old girl, but I don't think for someone in my circumstances, like I said, like she treated me not like a child. You know what I mean? We had a different relationship, a different dynamic going on. And people shouldn't have
Made decisions for you.
made decisions for me.
Okay. But now at the funeral, you had a chance to see her.
Mm.
What was that like?
Well, okay, so I woke up at my dad's place and then they were like wanted me to eat and you have like zero appetite and they were like okay just have half a slice of sandwich or half a slice of bread like
Mm.
and that half slice took like probably a half an hour to go down like just you can't like how do you... So anyway I just wanted to go. I wanted to go to Phoenix, you know, because
Yeah.
funeral was happening there. I wanted to go. It's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to go. We got there and then there was like this like two pole marquee and like chairs and everybody is set up and whatever. So I don't like look or talk to anybody. I just like walk straight into my granny's house. Um, and I remember holding her Bible the entire time. I don't know where I got her Bible from. Probably got it from the house. And a baby picture of myself because I said that if I show her this, she's got to wake up. I just need to remind her, you know, I'm here,
Yeah.
see me. Um, yeah. And so I stood by the doorway, waiting for this earth to come. And then I saw it coming. Then I walked to the road. And it taking like so long, uh, you know, to like set up and whatever.
Mm.
And then the pastor was like, I must walk first. And then obviously, you know, the casket behind me with the pallbearers. Um, and so so he had to tell me when to start walking. And I wasn't up for all these formalities. Like, I want to see, like, you know, like, no time for this BS right now.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so anyway, we started walking, and halfway I stopped and I turned around because I couldn't believe, like, am I leading my mother? Like, I'm leading, like, no, it's kind, like, but first I need to know that this is real. Like, like, are you telling me this is my mother in the box? Like, I don't understand what you're doing now. What are you saying? Like, I don't
Mm.
understand. Um, so I stopped halfway. Um, you know, I'm so impatient for answers. And I stopped to turn to see, to take in this moment because I was just baffled. And I looked at each one of my uncles in their faces. Elton. And I saw a tear roll down. Well, not roll, like, you know, there was tears rolling.
Mm.
Looked at Adrian, same thing. Looked at Calvin, same thing. But it's like straight faces, sad faces, you know, just disbelief faces. My grandfather was already at that time like super weak, super finished. He couldn't operate. His brother had to help him. My dad, my dad had sunglasses, but you could see the tears down the sunglasses. Everybody, Anselm, Adrian, Calvin, Elton. Um, so I don't want to say anything or ask anything or whatever. I just wanted to do what we were told because now I saw that they were going through all this and like, you know, I'll get my moment to see. Um, then they had put the casket where the casket is supposed to go. Um, and then I stood there. I think my dad stood behind me and my grandparents were next to me and then the rest of the uncles were around. So it was the immediate family first. And then they opened. Um, I don't think I felt. I don't know what I felt. I feel like I didn't feel anything. Um, there was no realization at all. Yes, she looked like my mom, but like I think because her jaw was open, like broken and open, her face wasn't like so, but more like, squared. Uh, I remember peeping into the casket actually, because half of it was blocked off. We couldn't see. I don't know whether the legs were broken. I don't know, but yeah, so half the casket was there. I remember her boots because they had to discuss what clothes to put for her. And Alton said that she wanted this pair of boots so bad from him. He worked so hard. I don't know how he got the money. And he went and bought it for her. And those were her favorite boots. Like she wore it all over. But her legs were in such a way that they couldn't put the boot on for her. So they just left it next to her feet. And so I looked at her toes, and it was her toes that actually told me that it was her. Yeah.
Her toes were unique.
Yeah, they weren't very pretty. They weren't ugly, but they weren't. She's got Martin toes. Yeah, she's got Martin toes. Yeah, her hands were also blocked off because apparently they were dislocated from her shoulder. So her body wasn't like laying like so. It was like just like laying straight.
Mm.
My granddad, her mouth was open like so much. My granddad like tried to close it, but it just wouldn't, of course. Um, yeah. So like, I don't know. I can only say it was just disbelief because I still remember going inside and my cousins came inside and they like tried to make me laugh while the funeral was going on, because I only literally had 2 minutes. Well, the family. And then people, there's just too many people. That my granny says there was over like 2,000 people.
Jeez.
Yeah. Uh, although I appreciate that and it's great. Wow, it's just it feels a bit unfair for the immediate family that just gets 2 minutes.
Mm.
Because they have to go through everybody. Everybody needs a chance, and that's why I had time to go inside now and for my cousins to make me like smile and whatever because there's just people. It's just viewing and viewing and viewing and viewing and viewing until they came and told us, to go back outside. And then I don't remember the funeral service at all. I don't remember what happened there. But then the next trip was to go to the church, close to where they grew up in Overport. So we were driving, and I had to drive. Yeah, I was in the hearse with my dad, and then the family car was behind us. And in Durban, well, I don't know about any other place, but like in Durban, when an earth goes by, it's silly superstition. Oh, I shouldn't say it's silly, but like people believe in it. But there's this like superstition that you have to like hold your hair or something when an earth goes by. And I used to do that right up until this point because I was sitting and we were going past the school that I showed you, my school where I schooled, and there were school kids there and they saw the us and they started holding their hair. And I looked at that and it kind of sort of hurt me, because no bad could ever come from my mom. No bad at all. Like, she was a pure soul. So I kind of slightly took offense to that, but then I stopped doing that when I saw other hearses and stuff thereafter. So we drove to the church, and the only real thing I remember from the church was my school friends coming to show their support and sympathy for like a minute or so. But during the service, I placed my picture next to on her pillow, earlier back at the house, but that trick didn't work.
So what was the idea with that trick?
Was that she would see me and maybe come back for me. And then her cousin Cheryl goes up to speak. And she speaks about letters that my mom had wrote, um, I don't know, prior to this, a while ago, I don't know. But my mom had specifically wrote letters, one to me, one addressed to me, one addressed to my dad, and one addressed to her parents. And she had told Cheryl to give them to us if anything had to happen. And Cheryl dismissed that, and I think they tore the letters or something, because Cheryl was like, don't speak silly now.
Mm.
But one of the things that apparently was said was actually addressed to my dad, and she says something to the effect that no matter what happened, there's one thing that she'll always be grateful for from their marriage, which was me. Yeah. Um, that was the church, and then to the crematorium. Also, still numb. I saw the hole. Calvin came to me. He asked me if I wanted to give her a last kiss goodbye. I said yeah. He took me up there. I knelt down. I kissed her. It's ice cold, ice cold. And then my granny was finished though. My granny was like rubbing her face, and like my granny mistakenly picked up her eyelid, which freaked some people out. But what I got to saw was she passed away with her contact lenses on. She wore color contact lenses. Very fashionable. Yeah, and then they closed it and they put it. Thinking back to all this, I was just completely numb.
Mm.
I can't say anything, but like I know what was going. It's like watching a movie, and I have no emotional connection to that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what that was.